You are now tuned in to the Bringing Real Back podcast. All right, welcome to the first episode on Bringing Real Back podcast. Today I got my boy Jordan in the building, my co-host, you know what I'm saying? So this first episode is strictly going to be about just getting to know Jordan as an individual. So let's get into it. What's good, my boy?
What's going on? What's going on, man?
What's good? What's good? What's the good news? Let them know
What's
about
up? What's up?
yourself. Kind of give them a background of you as an individual. Where you from? You know what I'm saying? How old are you? Let them know.
Man, so just to keep it short, simple, sweet, to the point, you know what I'm saying? Really, we from Texas, man. You know, we keep it simple down here, but we at the same time keep it crazy down here at the same time. You know? Not crazy. I can't say crazy, but we keep it interesting. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it's for it. We keep it interested down here.
Okay.
So, man, we all got a tough life, man. We not gonna get deep into that. Everybody got a story. Everybody got something to say. You know what I'm saying? So really, it's just we just learning life right now. At this point, I'm 18 years old. Just graduated. Got my welder certification, stuff like that. I'm trying to do more hands-on work instead of like the. I like mentally working, but I like
Yeah.
hands-on work more. It's
Nah, I
just more
feel
a
that.
simple task for me.
Feel that. That's what's up. Hey, before we also get into this podcast, we got to shout out the Cowboys. You feel me? With that 40-0 win last night, boy. Stop
Yes,
playing.
sir.
No cap, no
Man,
cap. All right,
he
so in
repping right
today's
now.
episode, like I said, we're just gonna strictly be getting into your side of things, kind of letting the podcast world and the people that's viewing know who you are as an individual, because me and you are the host of this podcast, so they got to get to know us. You know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
we're gonna get into some questions for you. All right, so my first question for you today is, what's one of the biggest life lessons you've learned so far?
That's a good question, man. So I think I'm gonna say biggest life lesson I learned so far would probably be something along the lines of like just learning how to take the good with the bad, like
Nah,
learning how
for
to
real.
focus on positivity over living in the negative. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, because I ain't gonna lie, that's a good point you brought up. Because in today's society, and especially in our generation, bro, we see a lot of negativity. You know what I'm saying? Even
Yeah.
though you may not see a lot of people today spreading positivity, there are some people out there that's willing to and are spreading positivity. You know what I'm saying? Like people me your age, people with wisdom, knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And something as simple as this podcast is spreading awareness. You know what I'm saying? We're spreading positivity. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
all right, yeah, that's what's up, my boy. I like that. I like that. I like that. All right, so my
Man,
second question for you today is, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
man, in 5 years, to keep it 1,000% honest, I see myself living I can't say extravagant, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna be living a comfortable life, man. To be honest,
Nah,
I feel
for
like I'm
real.
gonna
And
figure something out.
I like that mentality because you already speaking it into existence. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes, sir.
that's a very powerful mentality to have. Because if you see it for yourself, not only if you see it, but if you tell yourself, I'm gonna do this in my future, I'm gonna be this in my future, then you're already on the right track. You know what I'm saying? Like
For sure.
that's where I feel like a lot of people let themselves down at is kind of telling themselves like, oh, I'm not where the next person would be right now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you kind of got to look at it as
Goes
I'm
back to the
somewhere.
first point, low key.
You know, yeah,
First point. Like, look at the positive. You look through a negative lens your whole life, all you gonna see is negativity. You gotta
nah,
look through a
for real.
positive lens.
I like
You know
that.
what I'm
Nah,
saying?
facts, definitely. All right. So my third question for you is, looking back on your past, what's one thing that you would change?
Man, you gotta give me a few seconds to think about this. This is a pretty good question you came up with, man.
I feel you. I feel you.
Man, I'm gonna keep it real, man. I wouldn't change anything because that's like my past is what made me who I am today, man.
I love that
Why
answer.
would
I
you
love
change
that
that?
answer. I love that answer. And I'm gonna tell you why I love that answer. Because A lot of people, they mess up in life, right? And they tell themselves, man, I wish I can go back and change that. You know what I'm saying? I wish I can go back and do this again. But I feel like those mess ups not only are learning lessons, but it's also growing room for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because if you never went through those mistakes in your life, or you never got in trouble in certain areas, then you wouldn't be who you are as a person today, and who you're gonna grow into later on in life. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's some facts right there,
nah,
man.
definitely. And it's kind of like it's kind of like a comparison to kind of having somebody tell you, "Hey, don't touch that stove. You could get burned." You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
it's up to you at the end of the day to touch the stove. You could get burned, and whatever they said would happen or will happen. But without you going through that motion, without you touching the stove, you wouldn't know how it feels. You know what I'm saying? So next time when you come up on that situation, you know how to maneuver throughout it. You know what I mean? Like, you know
For
how to
sure.
tell yourself, "Nah, I know how this feels. This hurt. Last time I did this, I had to do this and that just to feel better." You see what I'm saying? So
For sure.
that's definitely a powerful thought process to have, mindset to have on that question alone there, because a lot of people would just say, "Man, I'll change this, I'll change that, you know what I'm saying? I'll do this again."
For sure.
But if you tell yourself like, "Nah, I'm thankful that I had those setbacks, those lessons," you know what I'm saying? It'll take you a long way. So, all right, we're gonna move into the next question. All right, this is a good question right here. What's one word that you would use to describe yourself?
Hmm. Optimistic. Optimistic, man. That word has so many different way. Like I see optimistic as adaptable. You know how to adapt. You're not set minded. You're not I'm always right. You know how to like take in, give out everything. It's like a versatile word, man.
Yeah,
That's me. Versatile, adapted, all that.
definitely, definitely. That's a nice word. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know this is your podcast, but I'm gonna kind of throw in a word that defines me as an individual. I would say resilient. You know what I'm saying?
What is
Resilience.
resilient mean?
Kind of just not giving up. You know, you
Mm.
know, taking L's in certain areas, but still thriving through that to become a bigger and better person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take a loss in a certain area. Are you going to use it as an excuse, or are you going to use it as a power tool? You see what I'm saying? Are you going to use it to muster your way through the next obstacle, or are you just going to use it to have a setback in life? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty much
So,
just you keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Nothing can stop you. You know what I mean?
I feel
Wins, losses, all that. Like, you just keep on going. You never give up. But yeah, man, I like that word that you used though. And me being your homeboy, I definitely see that that word is true for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for
you
sure.
are a very adaptable person, bro. Like, no matter what we do, you know what I'm saying? Having strong talks, no matter what you go through, you still learn how to adapt and blend in into that environment to muscle your way through that certain scenario. You know what I mean? Like, I
For sure.
definitely see that in you, my boys. No cap. But we're gonna move on to the next one. What's one quote that you live by? Like, what's one of your favorite quotes that you apply to your life?
This the one my mom told me, and boy, watch. Let me spit. Whatever you do, be the best at it.
Mm,
It do not
that's
matter what you do. You gotta be the best at what you do, man.
yeah. Okay.
So look, check me out. So look, boom. Say a dad with kids and stuff loses his job, right?
Hmm.
He came from $1 billion business, went bankrupt. Now he got to go back to the bottom. He got to be a janitor. Are you gonna sit there and just whine, cry, do all this whole time you're a janitor, miss opportunities because you're having a bad day or all this type of stuff, or are you gonna be the best janitor you can be and you could make money off being a janitor, or
Right.
just get opportunities from talking to people,
Nah,
having a
facts.
good day, and then learning stuff, and then getting opportunities. All this just from having a positive lens, being optimistic, and just opening your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like all
That's
that stuff.
nah, facts. I feel that. That's why I say the mindset is a powerful tool, right? Because a lot of people take L's in life. A lot of people have setbacks. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go back to the janitor situation that you were talking about. With him being a janitor and with him having setbacks, if he has a positive mindset, if he has a strong mindset, then he can tell himself, "Hey, I'm gonna get through this." You know what I'm saying? And throughout that journey, trying to get through. You know what I'm saying? If he keep a positive mindset, if he tell himself, "I'm gonna be bigger than this, I can be better than this," you know what I'm saying? He could, like you said, he could eventually meet some people, some good connects that can put him in a better position. You know what I'm saying? Or he
Yeah,
could tell himself, "Hey, we about to go out and aim higher." You know what I'm saying? Like we can't just be stuck here at this level. We gotta exceed. You know what I mean? So that's definitely, I definitely feel you on that one. No cap. No cap.
so
What's one thing you would tell your younger self right now?
man, I say, and it's crazy because you know how your parents always say we always right, man. They not wrong.
Yeah,
I say just it goes back to all my points, man. It's really like just whatever you do, be the best at it. Like in school, focus on school, man. Don't be worried about art. Just to put it out there, don't be worried about drugs,
yeah,
girls. What's some other distractions? The sport's not a distraction if you really grinding.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, you still got to do your education. So still, girls, drugs, sports. What else?
yeah,
Fashion, popularity, all that. Man, focus on
yeah.
them books, man. Focus.
and and honestly, I feel like that's what school is truly designed for. I'm not gonna get too deep into the politics of it, you know what I'm saying? But
Because it's
if
a
you,
lot, right?
no, it's definitely a lot. First of all, if you look at school, you just step out and observe. It's all about a trend. You know what I'm saying? What's trending at the moment? Who's the most popular in the school? Like who's popping at that moment? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you sit back and you observe those type of things, you notice the kids that don't really engage with those type of activities and stuff like that are considered the lame ones. You know what I'm saying? The ones that don't have no household name at that time. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where I messed up earlier in my life, is trying to please other people. You know what I'm saying? Trying to meet the standards of other people. Because now I look back on it, and half of the people that I was trying to impress, and like I said, this is bringing real back podcast. So we're gonna keep it
Keep it a stack.
100%. Yeah, we're gonna keep it real. So half of the people that I was trying to impress at the time, whether that be in my middle school days, high school days, I don't even talk to no more. You see what I'm saying? So it's like
For sure.
now that I sit back and think about it, it's like, what was the reason for it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to be honest, the word for that would be sensation. You know what I'm saying? Because at the
Mm.
moment I was feeling that I need to please this person, get cool with this person, talk to this person. But now that I realize it, none of that mattered. You know what I'm saying? Half of the
For
people I
sure.
went to school with and I thought was cool, and if I get by them or if I talk to them, I don't even talk to no more. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the point? You feel what I'm saying?
I got a question bouncing off of what you just said.
Okay.
Um, would you rather have learned that while you were younger, or when you were like 50 years old?
Uh, I would say when I was when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Because
No.
then it'll kind of. I feel like if I learned that when I was younger, or had this type of mindset when I was younger, I would be way further in life. You know what I'm saying? That's still
For
no
sure.
excuse today. You know what I'm saying? I'm not using that as an excuse. but it's just
Yeah.
real. I'm pretty sure half of the people watching right now would say, yeah, if I would have learned some of the stuff that I know now, I would be further in life. You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
But that's the beauty in it right now. You see what I'm saying? Because now you know that, and now you can start working on those tools. You see, and also too, you could pass this on to the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Like you could pass
One
what
thousand
your
percent.
mistakes on to the next generation and tell them, hey, like don't go down this road. You know what I'm saying? Of course they're gonna take their tumbles and falls, but you still want to an extent, you still want to be a major distribution in most of the good moves they make. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to tell the younger generation, don't do that. I did that. You know what I'm saying? That's not the right way to go. You see what I'm saying?
One
So
thousand percent.
yeah, not
Yeah, it's
facts.
just like you said, learning. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, bro.
Not for real. Because if we never learn those things, what would we be today? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if we never think about it, if we never made mistakes, where would we be today? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't care what nobody says. Nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect.
Nobody.
Nobody's perfect. You see what
It's
I'm saying?
impossible. It's like literally impossible. You know what? The only thing that's perfect, actually, is
Yeah.
not being perfect. That's the only thing that's
Nah,
perfect, man.
facts. Nobody's perfect, bro. Like I said, nobody's perfect. It's like I said, it's learning room. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was perfect, which nobody is, if you was perfect, how would your life be right now?
It'd be you be getting hit pretty hard every day with something new and would not know how to deal with it
Right.
because you ain't never learned the lessons of how to deal
And
with
you know
losing.
why? You know why I say nobody's perfect, and it's literally a fact. Nobody's perfect because this world's not perfect. How can you be a
Mm.
perfect person and the world's not perfect?
This is how it's literally impossible to be perfect. How can you be the best at something and be the worst at something?
Yeah.
You can't be perfectly the best and perfectly the worst.
Right. Because
So it's
there's a
gonna contradict.
mixture. Yeah.
It's a paradox, man.
Like it says, you can practice as much as you want, but there's still learning room. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's the perfect. Nobody's a perfect basketball player. Even the goats, MJ. You know what I'm saying? They win in games and their field goal percentage. You know what I'm saying? The goat here. You know what I'm saying? My boy Jay.
My
But
boy Trey too. You know what I'm
nah, for
saying?
real. But people like Michael Jordan, they're considered a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? The greatest of all time, which they are. But even them, they were some cold basketball players, but they still each game at least miss one shot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Um, sorry about that. I think you said something totally imperfect right there. I don't think Michael Jordan's the best basketball player. But carry
whoa,
on,
okay,
carry
that
on.
gotta be another episode. We gotta debate who's
Hey,
the greatest and who not.
tune in, y'all.
Now, while we halfway through this video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm also gonna tag our socials down below, so make sure y'all go tap into that. But let's get back into the video. So
What's up?
yeah, man, stuff like people like the greatest, Kobe and all that. They had to get as close to perfect as they can. So what does that tell you? Like they're not even perfect when it comes to the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they're considered goats, but they're not perfect. So it's always learning room. It's always time to get in the lab and perfect your craft. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be mentally, you know what I'm saying? Physically,
For sure.
working out, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You just gotta look at it from a different standpoint of view. You can't always tell yourself, yeah, I'm 100% perfect because nobody's perfect. You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
So yeah. All right, let's get into the next one. What's your thought process towards this new generation? This should be a juicy one.
Okay. I know this answer is gonna disappoint you. Well, I don't know if it will or won't, but I'm just guessing. Man, I feel like the older generations, and I just feel like the older generations have a horrible look on us. Like, yes, we look if you get, say you got 10 people, right?
Yeah.
We produce four of the greatest people on earth, but that other six is one of the most disgusting six ever.
Yeah.
But we produce four of the most influential, most creative, most whatever type of people out there. I feel like this generation has like the best from what we've seen, like the most creative, the most like think about it. If we put a Albert Einstein on Earth right now and handed him an iPhone, would he be able to use it?
No.
And if we put him on TikTok, would he be able to make a funny? Would he even be able to make a? I'm pretty sure he'd figure it out, but I'm saying he wouldn't know how to like use that creativity
Yeah.
and that spark we have. I feel like
Yeah.
we're like emotionally, mentally advanced more than any generation ever.
Yeah.
Like we understand life way better and how to like be ethically, morally, just right.
Now,
Just
I definitely feel you on that, but I do gotta disagree in some areas.
for sure.
When it comes to this generation, I feel like we can do a lot better. Let me put it like that. I'm not gonna completely downgrade our generation because like I said, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. If I was perfect, then I could be like, hey, such and such this, such and such that. No, I'm not. I'm a part of this generation too.
For
But
sure.
when it comes to us as a generation, I feel like we can do a lot better in some senses. And when I say that, I mean like we can have, in a sense, a little bit of old school morals about ourselves, some like valuable principles in life. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of girls now in our generations kind of deteriorate themselves because they feel like they have to look and feel, make somebody feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like a
Okay.
lot of the music now is kind of tearing
Shaking
down.
booty.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of music now is tearing down our generation as a whole. And like I said, it goes back to trends. Like just like in schools and stuff like that. When you see certain trends and there's so many people doing it, a lot of people don't want to feel like the outcast, don't want to be one of one. You know what I'm saying? They want to be like,
Okay.
man, I gotta follow what's going on now because my homegirl is doing this. If I don't do it, I'm gonna look lame. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna really mess with me. So let me kind of jump on the boat of follower, being a follower instead of stepping back, being a one of one and becoming a leader. You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
But let me hit you with this real quick though.
Okay.
Who do you blame? Do you blame the influencers, the say rappers, whoever those people, or do you blame the children, the people, the effects? Like who do you blame?
It got to be a little bit of both.
Okay, now
It
let me
got
hit you with this. Oh wait, go ahead, my bad.
it got to be, and I say that because you can't just strictly blame the rappers. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Maybe that female had some parents that kind of showed them that way of moving like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they had some parents that had no morals about themselves and they kind of passed on to that generation to her, you know what I'm saying? Or to him. I'm not just strictly gonna go off of females. You see what I'm saying? We're going off of the whole generation in general. So
Okay.
so I can't strictly blame the music, but it does play a large role with our generation now. You know, and then on top of the music, you have the people listening to the music. So it's their fault for engaging in that type of music taste. You know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong. You can listen to that type of music, but still
Okay.
have morals and principles about yourself to where you don't go deep into the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying?
Like
As soon
learn
as
how to my bad. Like you're saying like learn how to differentiate entertainment and lifestyle.
right, like you can listen to the music, you can vibe out to it, but don't let that music define you as an individual. You see what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
Like a lot of people, there's a lot of girls and dudes that be like, oh, why be my favorite artist? You know what I'm saying? And then end up out here shooting, trying to be a thug and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
For
And
sure.
kind of carry that burden on themselves. But you also have the females who listen to people like Sexy Red. What's the other one name? Spice. I don't know her name. I don't really follow all the rappers now, but you see a lot of females that be like, oh, she my favorite artist, and then you kind of look at them as an individual, and their personality strictly goes off of that. You see what I'm saying? Like I feel
All
like
right.
it could be changed in that area. What you think?
So check me out. Look, no, this look. You just gotta be optimistic right here, man. Check me out. You're struggling, hypothetically. You're struggling, right? But you understand how to make money. Are you gonna sit there and struggle, or are you gonna do what you gotta do to make that money?
Right.
So I'm not saying all rappers do that, because who knows? But I really think when people act like someone, like how you said YB, everybody goes out and killing people and stuff, like crashing out and all that. I don't think it comes from the music. I think they've been doing it, but then the music is speaking to them, so that's what they know. That's all they know, and they hear that music like, dang, bro, that's what I'm living. So
Right.
then they see him as not their god, but like
Yeah.
pretty much
Nah.
their
Nah.
god.
Definitely.
Like this what I'm doing. So hey, she just doing it bigger than me. Let me try to be bigger than them.
Right. And I'm gonna end it off here. Pros and cons. There's pros to it, there's positives, you know what I'm saying, but there's
Mm-hmm.
also negatives. And that goes
So,
back to what you were saying earlier, positive and negatives. You just kind of got
so
to cipher the two. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can listen to it, but don't let that strictly define you
control
as
you.
an individual. You know what I'm saying? And control you in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because the more
Okay.
you let it control you, the deeper into it you're going to get. And the more you listen to it, the more the lyrics start to play in your life. You see what I'm saying? So,
For sure.
but I definitely feel what you're saying. That was some nice stuff right there. Who's your favorite artist right now? Speaking on music,
Favorite artist right now, man. That's hard. Can I get at least the top three?
top three.
Top three? Okay. I'm gonna play all genres right now.
Okay,
Faye Webster,
okay.
boy, she fire, boy. I'm
You
gonna
got to
say
put me
Faye
on her one
Webster.
day. I haven't heard her.
You already heard one of the songs.
Oh, okay. I probably.
You want me to freestyle it?
No, you good. You good. You good.
All right, but we got Faye Webster. I'm gonna say Rod. I'm gonna say Rod Wave.
Okay. Now I like
I
Rod
have
Wave. I
some
ain't gonna lie. I like Rod Wave a lot.
Go Yayo, man.
I like
My
Go
boy Go
Yayo.
Yayo.
I like Go Yayo.
That's my top three right now.
Okay. Okay. I'll give you my top three. You know me personally, so I'm more of
I'm
a.
already
I'm
knowing you,
already on
man.
the old school. You know what I'm saying? On that side, but I'm gonna pick two that's kind of newer in the rap game, and then I'm gonna pick
What?
one that's older.
I
So
already know who the last one, the old one.
my number one is Lil Wayne. That's my go-to. Lil Wayne's my go-to, and I say Lil Wayne because he nobody does it better than him. Lyrically, that dude is a genius, and that's just facts.
Can't even say
Number
nothing about that
two,
one.
I got Cole, J Cole. J
Oh,
Cole
okay.
is J Cole is up
Yeah,
there with
okay.
Lil Wayne. I'd have
Okay,
put
you
J
got
Cole
me.
in that. And then number three, I'm gonna go with Kendrick Lamar for sure.
What? I thought
Kendrick
you was gonna
Lamar.
say Tupac, bro.
Tupac is he's up there, but I ain't gonna lie, I kind of died down from Tupac. He's still a goat.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong,
What's
but
up?
I
What's
have
up?
to go with Lil Wayne, J Cole, and Kendrick Lamar. And I know a lot of people gonna compare J Cole and Kendrick Lamar to each other because that's what a lot of people do. But I don't care. I like them. You know what I'm saying?
It is
Let
what
it
it
go
is,
to.
bro.
Let it go to.
For
Okay.
sure. That's a good top three though.
Nah,
You can tell the mindset behind that too.
yeah.
You got lyrical geniuses right there, man.
Yeah, cause see, and that's another thing with music too that I kind of don't really get into a lot. Like with music, a lot of the new school, and you could go off of this and tell me how you feel about this. But I feel like a lot of the new school rappers, they all sound the same to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just on a new beat.
That's a
It's
hot take,
like don't
man.
get me wrong, you got people like Rod Wave. Like don't mix up. I'm talking strictly rap, strictly rap.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not talking about, because Rod Wave got a little bit of R&B in him. You know what I'm saying? So I'll
Yeah.
throw him on that side. Rod Wave is a go. I mess with Rod Wave. But when it comes to rap in general, I feel like rappers are all rapping the same thing, just on a different beat. That's why, and I'm gonna put it like this. That's why music from back in the day was a lot longer than it is now,
Oh,
because
okay.
they wasn't rapping the same thing. They were all coming up with their own style. But a lot of times now you see these rappers, their songs only be like a minute, maybe 2 minutes max. You see what I'm saying? Because they really can't cipher and they don't know different terminologies to use throughout their songs. It's all just shoot 'em up, bang bang. You know what I'm saying? Like it all sounds the same to me. How you feel about that? I see you. You don't really
No,
agree with it, but
cause you no, it's not that I don't agree, bro. It's cause I just made a song like that, right? Oh my goodness, right? Oh Jesus Christ.
nah. But how you feel about that?
But look, to be honest, man, you're not wrong, bro. If we're before viewers, y'all gotta listen. Y'all gotta listen and not just get in your emotions. If you really listen, he said rap. Think about matter of fact, let's make it even more specific. Trap rap. Try to find me one trap rap song that doesn't talk about a gun,
Yeah,
a girl.
yeah,
No, I'm not saying it's not girl. That's not what they call them.
yeah,
But you know what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
They don't talk about guns, girls, or drugs. Name one trap song or one rap song that doesn't mention it.
It's gonna be hard. And if y'all can, and we're not talking about gospel rap. We're talking about strictly trap music. If you can find one song that kind of different, is set aside from the new rap music, then we would love to hear it. You can pin it in the comments, do what you got to do, but it's definitely gonna be hard.
And let us say this before y'all start whining and. Oop. Matter of fact, being real podcast, man.
Yeah,
Before y'all start whining and crying, man. We not saying we don't listen to it. We just saying
yeah,
we see it.
yeah,
We know what's going on.
yeah.
That's it.
And that's one thing. That's another thing, bro. Like I've listened to that music. I still listen to it to this day. I like it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm gonna put it like this: I can't continue listening to it. You know what I'm saying? Because it eventually gets boring. I'll be like, damn, they just rapping the same stuff. My fault. But like, I can't listen to 10 songs back to back strictly in the rap category. I kind of gotta move it around. Like, I gotta throw some Rod Wave in there. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Or I gotta throw some J. Cole in there. Like, I strictly
Ooh,
just
wait.
can't. Well, J. Cole, he kind of on that side, but he still has a
No.
lot of logical things in this rap.
No, I was gonna ask you something, man.
Yeah.
You ever gonna turn on that country music though?
I ain't gonna lie, a lot of y'all gonna hate me for this. I don't like country music. I can't get into it. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice little vibe. It got some cool stuff to it, but I just can't get into it. I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. Let's just put it like that.
For sure. Hey, to each his own.
So, at the age you're at now, how do you feel about principles and morals, and how important is it to have traits in today's time? In
Man.
today's time.
I feel like you just need them. You just need them because, like, what are you? All right, look. If you really sit back and think about it, we getting really deep. What is the point of living? Like, you gotta like live for something. You gotta have something to like live by, and like
Yeah.
something to go off of, some kind of platform, some type of railroad to like go off of. So if you're just floating through life doing absolutely nothing, your life is worthless, honestly.
Yeah.
Because what are
Definitely.
you here for? You're not doing anything for us.
Definitely. And that's why I feel like, and I know that this podcast is going to be very beneficial, not only to us, but to our viewers as well. Because
For sure.
I want to bring back a message of realness, you know?
Hmm.
Like, I want people to be able to tune into our podcast, even if we at our lowest, like we don't got too many followers. one good follower that is listening to our message is more important than just 1,000 viewers. You see what I'm saying? Like, I want
For
people to
sure.
actually be able to take something from our podcast and be able to implement it in their lives. You see what I'm saying?
And better themselves.
Yeah.
All the above.
That's why I live by that. I live by having morals and principles because I want people to know that there's something bigger than life. You know what I'm saying? You should be wanting to live with purpose. What do you want to do in life? And if you're
Yeah.
gonna do something, make sure that it's adding value into the universe. You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's how we can bring the world, because the world's never gonna be perfect. Going back to what we were saying, but that's how we can bring the world kind of together and close to perfect as possible. Just
For sure.
people throwing stuff in the atmosphere that's positive and not negative. You know what I'm saying? Changing stuff. Now should be the time that we should change stuff because if y'all notice, and like I said, I don't want to get into too much
Political.
political things, but like the world now, it's just strictly, it's like we're all asleep. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to make a change in the world. Nobody want to be a one of one. Why? Because they're gonna be looked at as, nah, they're crazy, they're weird. You know what I'm saying?
For
But you
sure.
kind of got to step outside of that box and tell yourself, man, I don't care what people think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We spreading a positive message. You know what I'm saying? And the people
For
that's
sure.
genuinely gonna want to tune in and listen can take something from this and implement it in their lives.
And let me put it in a different perspective for y'all if you didn't catch what they said, or for the younger viewers. So look, Jordans, Bape, Cartier glasses. Shout out to my boy Trey with the Cardis, you know what I'm saying?
You feel?
But all those have worth because not everybody can get them. But what if Cartier glasses were free? As soon as you born, you get some. Do they have worth still? They do not have worth because everyone has them. What's the point of? Oh, look at my
Yeah.
glasses. We all got the same glasses. It doesn't really matter. So that's what he's saying about your purpose. Like you gotta be weird, man.
You
Like
got to be a
different.
one-on-one. Because what if the person, the CEO behind Cartier, didn't step outside of that box and he took L's? You know what I'm saying? He didn't go into his business strictly just winning. He had to take some setbacks. You know what I'm saying? He probably had people looking at him like, "Oh, this man crazy. He making these glasses." But boom, one day he woke up and that small thing changed everything for him. You know what I'm saying? So, like we're saying, you gotta have a purpose. You feel what I'm saying? Like you gotta have a drive in life. You gotta want to tell yourself, "What will I do today that can change the world tomorrow?" You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Even if it's starting small, like something like this, the podcast, man. I want our viewers and the people that's tuned in and watching to. Matter of fact, I want y'all to let me know what y'all took away from this podcast. Let's do
In the
that.
comments.
Like, what's
Matter
one
of
thing
fact-
that y'all genuinely taking away from this podcast?
Put the IG right here, and then send DMs to the podcast channel.
Yeah.
And we can answer about 2-3 questions next video.
And
That
yeah,
sound good?
nah, facts. Let us know what y'all want to hear from us. Let us know what y'all want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, give us some questions that we can implement in our podcast, and we gonna shout y'all out. You feel me?
For
So
sure.
definitely. All right, Jay. This is pretty much the end of the podcast. We've been doing this for a while.
So,
What's one thing that you want to say and leave with the viewers before we go?
man, whatever gene you chasing right now. I heard this quote on Instagram, TikTok, somewhere, social media somewhere. How big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail? Live like that, man. That's all
Okay.
I'm saying. Do your thing, bro.
Okay. Nah, that's a very powerful message. How big would y'all dream if you know you could have failed? I ain't gonna lie. I know our dream. My dreams will be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
It's easy.
I'll be chasing every day. And see, that's the mindset that we gotta change. We gotta change from what if I was doing this to I'm finna do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna chase my dreams, no matter how hard it get, no matter what other people think. I'm finna chase my dreams. So I I I I'll give you your flowers on that message, but I like that. I like that. That's something that
Oh, and
people
you
can
too.
take away. All right. Thank y'all
Man.
for tuning in the first episode. You feel what I'm saying? With my boy
You know what I'm saying?
JC. Those are
Yes,
some
sir.
nice
Yes, sir.
nice questions. I hope that y'all took something away from this first episode. Something attainable. Let us know on Instagram and in the comments what y'all took away from this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we out.